What is up, y'all? Gonna review the 2025 Panigale V4 from the perspective of a new sports bike rider, and by new I mean this year. Not a new rider, but you know, someone that's kind of has always been riding cruisers and tours and ADV bikes. That's kind of more my realm, and I don't track bikes. I do want to learn, but that's not what I've been doing. I kind of just love riding motorcycles. That's it. That's what I do. I ride motorcycles. So this is from that perspective. So understand that this is the average person's perspective, average dude. And I'm going to give you the pros and cons of this bike. Let's start with the pros. Pros number one, we have a ton of power on this freaking bike. Holy hell. I mean, it is nonsense the amount of power this thing gives you. I just don't know. I don't know who in the world needs this, but my lord. It is insane the amount of power you get with this bike. The brand Ducati, man, that thing turns heads. It's like, I don't know, everywhere you take this bike, you're gonna strike up a conversation, you know? Everyone wants to ride it, everyone wants to see it. It's just a fantastic bike. It's a fantastic brand, albeit very expensive nowadays to, you know, the entry point is very expensive to get a Ducati. Is the price justified? Probably not. It's a luxury brand at this point, I think. So, you know, it's going to be priced accordingly. You know, for $26,000, I mean, that's just MSRP out the door. You're probably looking at like, I don't remember, I paid like 29 or 30 for it. It was a lot. It's definitely a lot. So, the brand is the pro. For this bike, just because it turns heads, it gives you that flash everywhere you go, every bike meet you're going to go to, unless there's another better Ducati there, people are going to want to talk to you. No? It's just such a polarizing bike. So pro number 3, the riding modes. The riding modes are pretty awesome. I tend to ride only on road mode for the most part, and that's generally because that's where I ride. I don't need anything more than road mode. That's my wheelhouse. So you got a sports mode. Here, let's go through it. You got your road, you got your wet mode, you got your race mode, you got your race B mode, you got your sports mode, and obviously where I'm at, road mode. So here's the thing. I'm terrified of sports mode. I'm terrified of race mode. Call me a pansy, whatever. I'm terrified because I just don't need it. It's just so much. If I put that thing on sports mode, this throttle response is nuts. So I'm good. I'm good on sports mode. It's comfortable. It's what I like. That's how I ride. But that's one big pro. And when I've been in the rain on this bike, and wet mode was suiting me great. When I first got this bike, I rode it on wet mode, I think the first week, just to make sure that, you know, I was comfortable with it. All right. Pro number 4. The quick shifter, and this arguably is a pro. Some people might not like it. I think the quick shifter is great. What do I have it to compare it to? I have an S1000RR, a 2025, and the quick shifter is smooth as butter. You hardly feel it when you shift. It's crazy. It's very good. This jerks a little bit whenever you quick shift. or downshift, which is fine. Like, I don't mind that. It's kind of like having a tactile feeling to your shifts. I'm totally on board with that. I don't know which I prefer, to be honest with you, so I like them both. And both, I mean, that's 1000RR. The quick shift on this thing is pretty great. I like it. I think this next Pro kind of falls in line with the branding, but just the look, this Pro number 5, I guess, the look and design of this bike is so good. It looks so good. Like, damn, this thing looks good. I will say, though, I did like the previous generation a little bit better with the shark fins. I thought that looked a little bit better, but this still looks freaking good. Okay, now let's get into the cons. And these are more personal. Con number 1, the heat this bike puts out on your legs sucks. If you're not ready for it and you're riding on the street and it's summer, you're gonna hate life. Oh, you're gonna hate life. This thing sucks. Unless you get a new exhaust for it, or you know, use some of the materials they use on the frickin' rockets that come back to Earth, you're gonna cook. So that's, for me, the biggest con of this bike is the heat. The second biggest con of this bike, and was actually the number 1 con, the number 1 pro, was it's too powerful. It's too powerful for someone of my skill level. This is too much bike for me. I can't handle this bike. This bike is riding me. I'm hardly riding it. It's crazy. It's too much freaking power. And while that's amazing, it's also like super dangerous. So you have to be very careful with this freaking bike, man. You got to really know what you're doing, know your own limits. You can't go in here with your ego. You get on this bike, you got to put that ego away and humble yourself a little bit, or you're going to be dead. It's that powerful. Con number 3, and this is personal, 100%. The riding position is not uncomfortable, but it's not comfortable. Again, comparing it to this 1000RR, that is actually very comfortable, at least for me. I can still ride on this bike for, you know, a good 2-3 hours without getting too tired, but still not that comfortable. And maybe what adds to it is the fact that my leg is being cooked, and maybe that's why I'm not that comfortable. But that's completely personal. So I will say that 100%. That's probably completely on me. And you might actually find this very comfortable and nice to ride and whatnot. Not the heat part. That where I'm gonna feel. But the comfort of the bike and the ergos and all that stuff, that's completely personal. So it's hard to give it any more cons. It's just so good. It's such a good bike. The brakes are good. It has plenty of power, obviously. It's a V4. The only other con I would add is that the exhaust sounds like total and absolute dog shit. It just doesn't have much of a presence. That's it. But the bike still has a lot of character. A lot more than most bikes. Do I regret buying this bike? Yes, I do. That's the truth. I wish I would have gotten the V2 instead of the V4. I think that suits more my style, more of the stuff I like to do. I wouldn't feel so scared of it. And I think that's the better bike for anyone, really, even if you track, because I mean that's still a track bike you get to have fun with. So I don't really know who I could recommend the V4 to. And that's probably just out of my area of expertise, but I just don't know who I could recommend this to. The V2 I can recommend. to almost anyone, right? It's a great bike, unless the price is a problem, which wholeheartedly agree. You know, that it is pricey. So I do regret it. And the thing is, it's not about that it's a leader bike or not, because I have, you know, my S1000, and I have zero issues with that bike. I love that bike. I'd take my S1000 over this bike any day. And I know that's blasphemy, and I'm sorry. But it's just such a comfortable bike, the S1000. It has very little character. Agreed. It does not have much character. But man, you just feel like you're ice skating on that thing. It's nice. It doesn't feel like it's like you're out of control. It don't feel like you're on a raging bull. And I like that when you're riding on the street. So that'd be my pick. If I had to pick one or the other. If I had to pick between the three, I'd still pick the S1000 with the V2 coming in second, and then the V4. But yeah, man, it's a great bike. I say I regret it, but I still love this bike, and I've had a lot of fun with this bike. And maybe I'm lying to myself, because this bike has more miles on it than my S1000. So I don't know. Actually, my S1000, I think, only has like 600 miles on it, and I've just had a lot of fun with that one. But I ride this bike the most. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a challenge of it. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I do love this bike. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm thinking about selling it. I just don't feel like I need it. But at the same time, I love it. I don't know how to explain it, man. It's like, I love looking at this bike. I love riding this bike, but damn, it doesn't make sense. And sometimes, you know, sometimes that's what life is, you know. Sometimes some things don't make sense. All right, y'all. Well, this is kind of one of my first videos. Help a guy out. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I'd love to talk to some of you. Let me know what you think. Am I an idiot? It's fine if you think I'm an idiot. But hey, I appreciate any insight, all right? All right, y'all. Thank you. Oh, crap. I'm almost out of gas. Oh, yeah. Con number 10. This thing has no gas gauge. Ah, shit. I gotta go find somewhere to gas up. All right, y'all. See ya.